Hello, back again for a little bit more. Hopefully the sound's okay. Let's see what happens.
Morning.
What's going on?
Yeah, not bad. I've had my internet keeps going down. You know, like it does. Remember? Hang on, it's echoing now. Yeah, not bad. I've had my internet. Oh, hang on. It's me. Oh, bloody hell! Sorry. No, it's me. I've got the YouTube on, and I. As if we ain't got enough problems. But you sound perfect, Cool Tools.
Yeah, it went a bit awry. I don't know why.
Yeah, I came onto the other channel after I was on Skype, and then that kept cutting out, and then it kept, and then it takes like 10 minutes to come back again, doesn't it?
Yeah, what other channel were you on?
Sorry?
What other channel were you on?
No, I was talking to a mate of mine in New York on Skype, just a Skype call.
All right.
So, and then when I came off of that, then the internet went down. Then I called him back, and then when I came down, then I came over to your channel, and your microphone had gone all, and you were sounding, like it's problems before. And then you said I'll have to try it again. You went out, and there was a man on the screen, and then I saw you started a new one, so I thought I'd jump on.
Yeah. So, been a bit eventful.
Yeah,
that should be coming back shortly.
All right. What have I missed then? Have I missed anything?
Yeah, we've just been having a laugh. It's been all right. Purple was on. I think he's coming back on as well. Eddie Gannon. It's been all right. I had a good laugh. But just that sound. I got knocked off, and then I come back on. It just went weird. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I think sometimes when people say that my microphone goes in and out and all that stuff, I think it's not. I think sometimes it's just the StreamYard stream, don't you?
Yeah, I think it is StreamYard, to be honest. Yeah, it does that. But I've just lost them, and it's annoying me. Just trying to look for it. Ah, there it is. There it is. My little spoon.
What's that? Have you got a yogurt?
Yeah, got a yogurt. So, we'll just wait for a few others to come back on. Come on, people. The link's there. Jix and Tonkin are going to come back on, I think. But no, it's been a bit eventful. I don't know whether there's any other streams still going on, but one or two of them were looking a bit emotimous, where certain things are being discussed, which is a bit surprising.
I heard that I was the topic of conversation, and I don't even know what it's all about, to be honest.
Yeah, just a bit of bit of banning and stuff like that. That's all it is. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter really. But no, it was it's interesting just to keep an eye on it, innit? You know what I mean? And you had a fake account come in as well.
I'll come in where?
In my other chat.
Really?
The one before this, yeah, fake account.
What, with the same emoji as what I got, or profile?
Slightly different. But we knew pretty quickly it wasn't you. That's why I messaged you on Instagram.
Yeah, I got your message, and I replied to it. Hang on, I don't think you haven't looked at it for an hour. I did reply.
No, I've been busy on here.
Yeah, you put you in my chat, and I wrote been on a Skype call to my mate in the US.
Yeah,
And so
so yeah, it was
okay.
Quite telling that you know you'd had a fake one.
Oh, well, I didn't know that.
So yeah, there's a couple of silly things they said, you know, about certain religions, stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Just silly.
All right. What, trying to pretend that they're me?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to be honest, you know me now. You would know whether I would say that or whether I wouldn't say that, wouldn't
Everybody knew pretty quickly, yeah.
you? Okay.
Everyone had a good idea.
So do you think it's the usual suspects?
Possibly, yeah. So
I mean,
yeah.
am I reading this wrong, right? But are some people maybe obsessed by me or what then? I mean, what's the matter with them?
Something like that, mate.
Why do they keep on about me? Do you know what I mean? You know, they've exhausted every kind of attack on me, every this, that, and the other, right? But keep on going. Why?
Well, probably for recent events, that's all. You know what I mean? It's just the way it is, isn't it? Some people they can't let.
Sorry. No, well, I mean, literally. I mean, yeah. I mean, look, if you're talking about Psy, okay, right? I mean, the whole point is that when he came on my channel, he's a disruptive influence. Okay. Now, if I go on a panel and he happens to be on there, I'll be polite. Okay. I won't be rude or anything like that. I'll show manners. Okay. But there's a consensus of people that use my channel, okay, and myself included, where we believe he's a disruptive influence. And when he comes on, it's reflected in the comments. And it brings the whole conversation down, and it's very negative. You know,
Yeah,
I'd even say, I'd even say that, you know, keep talking about me. That's negative as well. I mean, you know, you don't have to. It doesn't bother me one way or the other. You know me. I've got a skin like a rhino. But I mean, why keep wasting all this time talking about me? What's the matter? You know, there's millions of people to talk about. Hello, Eddie.
Hello, Art.
How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. How are you?
Well, same as always, you know, struggling on, you know, trying to do my own thing. But it seems that people keep bringing my name up for no reason at all.
Yeah, your name popped up in the chat there, like in the earlier stream there.
No,
I don't know why that was, but it was a different picture, you know.
Yeah, but it wasn't me because my internet's been going.
I didn't think it was you, you know. Like it was like, I mean, like you wouldn't kind of use that type of wording, you know.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, yeah, my
internet's been playing up. What talked about as well in the previous channel.
I mean, we know you long enough anyway, so like not to be like saying hurtful, like harmful comments, you know.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can tell whether all you got to say to yourself is, "Can I see Art Hostage saying this?" And if the answer's no, well, you know it's not me. But I mean, no, my internet's been playing up, and I was on a Skype call to someone in America. I came off, and I just saw the end of the last live where Cool Tools' mic was playing up. And then he's just started this one. Good morning, Tonkin. Yeah. How are you?
Oh, I'm okay, thanks. How are you doing? Yeah, we thought that was a fake you.
Yeah.
What is this? I mean, honestly, I mean, again, all this YouTube stuff is a learning curve for me. Why are people keep being obsessed with me and bringing my name into things like that when I'm, you know, I'm nobody? What's going on? I mean, certain people seem to be obsessed with me. I don't know why.
Because you love your art.
You recently banned someone as well. That's the thing.
Sorry?
It's because you recently banning someone as well.
Well, because I recently, no, listen, the story with Psy okay, is purely and simply he's a disruptive influence when he comes on the panel in my live, okay. And to be honest with you, you know, he would even admit himself that he's scurrilous, you know, and he wants to come in and you know and mess around and all that kind of stuff, right? Well, if that's the case,
No, like,
sorry.
Yeah, all right, Duncan. You'll have to adjust your
Yeah, mate.
audio settings as well, is it?
yeah, I'll have a look. Give me a second.
Yeah, I mean, all I was saying is just that, you know, if it's gonna, you know, if you're having a discussion, you're talking about stuff, and someone comes on, and then people start becoming very negative in the chat,
Yeah.
you know, it's not very good for the live stream. So that's the only reason. And as I say, if ever I appear on a panel somewhere and Si was there, I'd be polite, I'd show manners. I've got, you know, nothing against him personally, but really and truthfully, he's proved that coming on my panel, or on my channel, okay, is a disruptive influence. That's all it is. And I think it's to do also with the fact of the degree of sobriety is how nasty he can get. And I think he'll admit this himself. When he's very drunk, he can become very, very nasty. So, you know, that's something I really want to try to avoid.
If I may say, Art, like, I mean, we did put your word on that, you know, like it's
yes,
Good
but
to see you, Galvin.
yeah, but to be honest with you, Eddie, as
and
I said,
obviously you wanted to see for yourself. I mean, I can understand that.
Yeah. And I mean, to be honest, that's right. I mean, you know, when you meet someone or something like that, you start with a blank canvas. Don't matter what anyone says, and then if you have a bad experience with them, then you can sort of say, okay. And I think that's the way it's happened, you know. You know, and I think that's fair comment, you know, from me. I mean, it's not attacking him, it's not anything like that. It's just that when he comes onto my channel, he's a disruptive influence, and I don't need that. It's as purely and simply as that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're lucky he just don't make up dirty, disgusting stuff about you like he has been to quite a few people. No. And then he just runs with it, jokes with it, spreads it around everywhere.
Well, I mean, the thing is, if he tried it with me, it wouldn't work because people know that I haven't got any skeletons in my cupboard. There ain't nothing there. Everything's out on the table, and people would know that it's a load of nonsense. So I mean, yeah, fine, you know.
Yeah, no, but he has a way of harassing you and baiting you to have an argument with him. No, he's just disgusting, mate. Especially when he gets really drunk. You know, and he won't admit to it. He won't apologise to anything he says at all. You know?
He changes the narrative for his own, you know.
Yep, he changes it all the time.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, all I can say is literally the fact is that he's a disruptive influence when he comes on my channel. Therefore, okay, I can't have him on my channel. Why would I want to have anyone on my channel who's going to disrupt everything? It's no point, is there? It's bad enough if you get someone in the comments who's disruptive. Like there was someone in my comments who used to be very disruptive, caused lots of trouble, so I blocked them. So it's bad enough someone in the comments being disruptive, but when you have them on the panel, I mean, it's ridiculous. That's all I'm saying. You know, it's nothing personal. And as I say, if ever I'm on a panel if ever I'm on a panel and he's there, I mean, I'd always be polite to him. You know, I'd engage with him, speak to him. But I mean, you know, that's just a decision that I've made. I mean, I don't think I'm a bad person for that.
No, I totally get you. I mean, you wanted to see for yourself to see like what type of person he is, and I mean that's like, I mean you can't say any further than that, you know.
Well, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's not me having a beef. I mean, if people want to come onto my channel and talk and all that, carry on, and we can have a laugh and a joke, that's fine. If all of a sudden it doesn't seem to work out that way, fine. I mean, there's millions of channels out there, and you know that's it. You know, it weren't as if I'm wielding this kind of thing like, you know, your band. It's just that we can't seem to agree. We can't seem to find a common common manners and common being polite, or even having a debate on anything without it
Well, you
degenerating.
know where it is there. So, like, if I may go across you there for a sec, like, what it is, like, I mean, it's a community, you know, and it should be treated as such. I mean, yes, there is a bit business aspect to it as well, but I mean, at the same time, it's a community. We help and support each other. That's it. That's it. That's who like the good folk on here are here for. Like that, we're here to have a bit of fun, few laughs, and whatever, you know. Like it's not fucking any fucking like troublemaking or whatever, you know. Like that's. I mean that's for just petty people, you know. But I
Well,
mean,
yeah.
if you rise above it, then
Well, yeah,
like that.
and also covertly as well, Eddie. You know, when people consciously say things that are incendiary or provocative, which can possibly ruin the stream, which could possibly get the person in the host into trouble if you don't pick up on it. And so, if you're always going to be on your guard, having someone on who's unpredictable and you don't know what they're going to say next, right? Why do you want to put yourself in that position? I mean, I would never go on anyone's panel, okay, and purposely start saying incendiary things and just being scurrilous and being mischievous, okay, and just trying to disrupt the channel. I wouldn't do that. It's not the way that I operate. Okay, and I expect the same if people come onto my channel as well. You have to, you know, be respectful. That's why if ever I meet up with anyone on a panel or someone's there, right, even if I had a beef with them, I would be polite, because that is showing respect for the person who's running the channel. I mean, that's, you know, that's...
There's a bit of give and take there, you know, and that's, I mean, you can respect that, you know.
Well, that's it. I mean, literally, you know, you're showing respect to the person that's running the channel, okay, and I mean, and that's the way it should be. You know, if you've got a big, you know, if you happen to be on a panel where someone is that you may not get on with, you know, you just be polite, okay, and that's the way you conduct yourself, okay. That's it. Or or if you don't want to speak to them or something, you just say, "Oh, excuse me, yeah, I've got something to do. I'll catch up with you later," and you just drop off, okay, and that's it then. You know, that's the way that, you know, that people should conduct themselves. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you know, maybe I got it wrong. I mean, you know, it's just that, you know, it's the unpredictability of what could potentially happen. You know, it's like if someone has got a reputation for porn bombing, okay, well, I would never let them on my channel, because you don't know at any time they could do something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like,
absolutely. You know.
You know, that's all I'm saying. You know, I don't think, you know, that I'm being a bad person by that. You know, and certain things on my channel, okay, if I don't want to have them there, I mean, you know, that's the whole point of having having a channel. You know, if someone wants to smoke a cigarette or even something else or whatever, well, if you're on video, turn the video off. I mean, it's not a personal thing, okay, right? You know what I mean? And people might say I'm being petty or whatever. But, you know, if that's the rules, if I go somewhere and they told me that this is a rule, that's a rule, whether I agree or not, I go, okay, respect to your channel, and I will follow the rules that you set there. I mean, you know, isn't that just common courtesy or not then?
Absolutely, yeah, 100%.
You know, and it's unfortunately. Sorry, go on, Cool Tools.
Well, it is, isn't it? You know, it's silly how all this sort of stuff started like that. It just shows how immature some people are.
Well, and it could even be a bit more sinister that all of a sudden, you know, people can almost reluctantly pretend that they're going to talk to you, engage with you, but really they're just lurking there, waiting for an opportunity to disrupt. And I just felt that that's what happened a week ago on my channel, okay, and that's why I did what I did. You know, that's why I didn't want. That's why I blocked Sai and I blocked Celtic, because of the two. You know, I mean, I'm not saying they're serious incidents, but, you know, it showed me a certain intention, okay, that could prove going forward to be disruptive to my channel. So, you know, all I did was nip it in the bud and say, okay, perhaps it's not, you know, we shouldn't engage on my channel. I don't know. I don't like that when all of a sudden you're talking to people and you don't, you know, if you if you got up to use the bathroom, okay, you don't know what they're doing on the channel. They could put the video on and put porn on or something like that without you knowing.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's so, you know, and if I come on the channel or Cool Tools comes on my channel, okay, you know, if I'm going to go to the bathroom, you know, he's there. I trust him. He'll just, you know, carry on and all that. Wouldn't even dream of doing anything like that. But you know,
one thing I will say about Celtic though, like I mean, like I would give him like the benefit of a doubt, you know. Like
no, please listen. Don't get me wrong at all. Look, there's nothing wrong.
Yeah.
I've got them. I mean, they're apples and oranges. Okay, the problem that there may be with Si is completely different to what happened with Celtic. Okay, and Celtic just happened to come on. And it wasn't only him, it was another person that was there with him and was quite rude to Kenzie, okay? And, you know, and was a bit sort of schoolboyish and was saying some rude things and that. And so that's why that's why I felt that I should stop him. That was nothing to do with anything else. I've been dating.
How is Kenzie, by the way?
Right, that was what happened on that Saturday night. Quite separately, when Si came on, he dropped the N-word purposely. I know he did, without a shadow of a doubt. He dropped it purposely, knowing, right, that it would be incendiary. Okay, and also I carried on the conversation. And I could see what he was trying to say underneath the surface, right? And I just thought, no, that's it. It's not going to work. Do you know what I mean? And that was the whole thing, and that's the reason. I mean, so two separate things, altogether, two separate things, apples and oranges. You know, with Celtic and Si, just that they happened on the same evening.
And come here, how is Kenzie, by the way?
She's very well. I mean, I don't know. I mean, she was on my live stream. I don't know if she was on the last one. I did one before. She was fine. Very, very supportive and that. And she's very, you know, she's got a strong character. She don't take things personally, but that's not the point. That's not the point, you know, when you, when you say things you shouldn't.
She's a lovely person. There's no doubt about it.
Well, yeah, you things that you shouldn't really say. It's a bit juvenile when that carry on. And more so the person that was there with Celtic. I don't know who that was, but, you know, they're the sort of things. But if someone was a little bit more delicate or whatever, they could get really offended or very, very upset, you know. But Kenzie can handle that kind of stuff, but there are a lot of people who can't. Well, not can't, but, you know, who might get very upset if people talk to them like that. You know, maybe that's been me being too sensitive, but, you know, that was all that was that situation. But the situation with Si is completely different. It just seems that when he, you know, comes on my channel, it depends on how drunk he is, right, to how nasty he turns. And he could turn at any minute. So all of a sudden you're sort of walking on eggshells. So I don't really need that kind of stuff on my channel. That's all I'm saying.
No, you shouldn't.
Sorry?
You shouldn't.
No, you shouldn't, he said.
So it's your prerogative to get rid, isn't it?
Well, it's not a question of like get rid, discard, or anything like that. It's agreeing to disagree.
I mean? It's to control
and saying, okay, well, I just don't think it's conducive. So that's it. You know what I mean? There are a million channels out there. I don't know why, you know, and why people, you know, why he keeps going on about it. Why keep going on about it? That's it, you know.
Yeah. But something like that, aren't they? Anyway, is what it is. And I know you're not keen on that saying, but Tompkins just ordering a bit of breakfast.
Yeah, listen, it's a cliches, but, you know, cliches are all right. Nothing wrong with them, is there? There's a lot worse things there anyway. So we're entering Christmas week. What's on the agenda? What's on the menu this week then?
Wow.
Well, I'm down on invasion.
Sorry?
I'm down on invasion anyway.
Thing Christmas week. It's like getting ready.
I'll be venturing across the stream.
Yeah, where are you having your Christmas dinner then, Cool Tools?
Morning.
I'm not sure. Probably at my sister's. We haven't actually decided.
Are you all right? Your sisters?
Or I think it'll probably be my sisters, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But with all, with family and whatnot. But I'm not sure. They haven't really said. But I'll find out a bit later on today, I'm sure. Because I've got visitor and whatnot.
How are you, Art? Anyway,
Yeah, I'm okay, thank you, Vix. Yeah, not too bad. Same old, really. We're just getting ready for Christmas, I suppose. I'll get my shopping coming, and and we just get on with it.
yeah.
What about yourself? Have you got any plans?
Well, Eddie's coming over and spend it with Eddie and Tonkin.
Are you? That'd be really nice. Oh, Eddie, are you coming over to the UK mainland?
I am, yeah.
Oh, good. That's lovely. Well, would that be really nice, wouldn't it, eh?
No, see
And
my
that,
kids
and
later on.
that's ever since, it'd be a lot. It's a long time coming. Suffice to say, it's 30 years I haven't been in the country, so
Oh, okay.
I got
It
I
might
got
be,
I
it might
went
be
over a
another
long time ago.
30.
Huh?
It might be another 30 afterwards.
So, Eddie, how are you coming over? Are you flying over or the boat?
I'm flying over, yeah.
Oh, you're going to fly into Gatwick or Heathrow?
Heathrow.
Luton.
Oh, that's it then. Heathrow, straight down to see.
No, you're going into Luton, actually.
Oh, am I? Okay.
Yeah, remember I booked your flight, so I should bloody know.
Oh,
Yeah.
Luton. Okay, so
I thought I seen Heathrow there, but anyway, it doesn't matter.
I'm pretty sure it was Luton. When I will look, but you're being picked up anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah.
okay.
It's somewhere in that part of the world.
Well, everyone knows Tonkin and I live in London, for fuck's sake. I mean, our accents give it away. Well, mine's a bit different to.
And what are you going to have for Christmas dinner? The usual turkey.
I actually haven't decided, but
Because they're they're hard to get hold of, apparently, Vix. Has there been a bird flu or something in there?
I don't really know. But we're actually eating out for Christmas dinner, and they're selling like 3 different things. But I mean, one thing I can't eat on their menu, but I haven't decided personally. I'll probably decide on the day.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's nice. Sit down and have it all laid on for you.
Well, yeah, it's all been sorted and everything. Sorted it the other day, so it's going to be quite nice, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just buy. I normally buy a turkey crown and then just cook it with all the vegetables. But people are saying that turkeys are getting quite scarce, apparently.
I don't know whether they're probably doing that to get more money out of you, or because of the cost of food and everything's gone right up. I mean, probably trying to make it so everyone starts panicking and shit again, like they did with that petrol shortage.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But it was a problem with them ordering it. It wasn't an actual petrol shortage at all. You remember that a little while back?
2000. That was in the year 2000.
No. It was this year. It was a few months ago.
Oh right, okay. What? It was a fuel shortage, was there?
Oh no! What actually happened in the end? A few months back, I don't know which supermarket or petrol station it was, but they actually messed up with their order. So, and it was put out that there was a petrol shortage. So everyone was going crazy, getting fuel, and it was all backed up. This was about 6-7 months ago, I'd say.
Yeah, well, the supply chain. I mean, they work on. It's quite a delicate situation, isn't it?
But I thought it's a bit irresponsible. I mean, they could have come out with the truth rather than saying it was a nationwide fucking petrol shortage, because everywhere was going nuts. The prices at the pumps were going crazy. Ambulances couldn't even get fuel. It was ridiculous. London was terrible with it. I don't think you know God Bless the UK, but he was finding it hard to get petrol where he lives in the West Country, in Swindon.
Right.
He was finding it hard, and we were having to talk about it at the actual time. It's really bad. What on earth is going on with Marshall? He's been so quiet.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah, he's-
eating some.
Oh, again?
I've just looked.
Where
Yeah,
is he?
I was just looking at the large basted turkey crown, which is 4 kilos, and it's £37.35. Blimey, that was that.
Wow!
I had that last year, right, Vix? I had it last year, and it was 22 quid. And so it's gone up to £37. It's the 4 kilo
Whoa.
one, and and I do that normally. Wow, that is 37. Good blimey, it was 22 quid last year.
But wouldn't you be better off like buying chickens? It doesn't taste that different, really.
Nah, well, what I do is I'll just cook it, and then and then I'll have it with a dinner, a quarter of it or something, and then it's just
37 quid though. I mean that's a rip off if ever I did hear it.
well, it's
I
a
mean,
fresh one. It's a fresh one, not a frozen one.
No, I'm aware of that, but that's taking the piss. I'm sorry.
Well,
I don't know. It's pretty expensive. Like,
Yeah, and there is one that's half that size, 2 kilos, that's £22. So that one, the 2 kilo one for 22 quid, right, is the price that the 4 kilo one was last year. So it's doubled, isn't it?
Well, I'd say so, but it's still a piss take, really.
Yeah, I mean, I might even go for the smaller one, the £22 one, and then maybe buy a bit of rib beef or something to go as well. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I don't eat. It's only me, so and I just keep slicing it off for sandwiches and things. So you're right. Yeah, I mean, good
Yeah.
idea. What I do is I go for the smaller one, when I 2
Yeah.
kilos.
And then cook quicker as
would you
well.
get the ham, Eric? Would you?
Sorry,
A
Would you
ham
get
hock
the
or something.
ham?
ham. Yeah, I like off the bone ham. That's my favourite.
Yeah.
You could
Um,
eat
Yeah,
out for
that goes well during the Christmas,
You've woken the dog up talking about fucking meat. Oh my god.
Yeah,
You could eat
Bastards.
out for that art, 37 quid.
I know exactly. Yeah, but it is 4 kilos. I mean, this one is about 4 kilos would be about £8, wouldn't it? Nearly £9. So 2 kilos is 2.25, be £4.5. So that'd be plenty for me. I mean, that'd be just, and I might buy a bit of rib beef as well. So I might even cook the boat. No, what I do is I'll have the turkey on the Christmas day, and I'll cook up the rib beef on the Boxing Day. So yeah, I mean, and then I can have the sandwiches. So I'll get 2 bits this year.
Yeah, why
But by
not?
the time you've cooked it and put the effort in and all that, it's like, wow. You could
It
have.
don't, honestly, it sounds a lot more difficult than it actually is. To be honest with you,
I
you
know
just
that,
get potatoes to do roast.
It isn't hard cooking a roast, really.
Sorry,
He
Isn't hard
puts her in the
cooking roast.
microwave.
I put all the vegetables in the steamer for about 40 minutes, 45 minutes. I put the potatoes, put the turkey in the oven, and then surround it by roast potatoes.
What
Or
about
I
sweet
boil them.
potato as well? Have
Sorry?
both. Sweet potato as well. Have both.
Oh yeah, and that's nice, and and a couple of parsnips and all that carry on.
Yeah,
All the
exactly.
veggies done, and literally it's easy. You take it out, you do your big Christmas dinner, everything's on there. You eat it, and then you just plate up everything else, and then it's all done. I think a lot of people try to make it sound a lot more difficult than what it is.
It's not at all.
It's not really, is it, Vix? You know what I mean? It's not rocket
No.
science.
You got Yorkshire puddings as well, so
Yeah, say Yorkshire puddings, them sausages with a bit of bacon on them, stuffing and all that stuff, and I'll have the big list and get it delivered this week, and I'll be ready to go. It's to be honest with you, what you're doing is good because you're making Christmas an occasion. You're meeting up with friends and all that, which makes it extra nice. How long you over for, Eddie?
5 days.
Oh, that's marvellous. Just right. Yeah. See, Benjamin Franklin said, right, he said, guests like fish start to smell after 2 days. And what he was trying to say, That what he was trying to say is that when you go to visit people, right, you go there, you stay, you know, a bit of time, and then you leave. You're here 5 days, and off you go. Do you know what I mean? He was making a joke, but it's because after a while it gets uncomfortable, doesn't it? You know, because you know you say, right, you're here, you enjoy the time, company, but that's it, isn't it? You know,
Yeah.
5 days, that's about right, isn't it? So when you're coming over Christmas Eve.
Yeah, be the 22nd instead of 27th.
Oh, right. So you're going back on Boxing Day? No, day after Boxing Day.
The day after Boxing Day, yeah.
But it's still a bank holiday, isn't it? Because it's Christmas Day Sunday.
Yeah, technically. I mean, it's like it opens up for a couple of days, kind of half, you know. But then
Christmas Day Sunday, Boxing Day Monday, Tuesday is the bank holiday to compensate because Christmas Day is on Sunday. So you get the Tuesday off as well. So you'll be going back on the Tuesday when it's a bank holiday anyway, which is about right. And then it's the same with New Year's Day, isn't it? Because New Year's Day is on Sunday and you get the Monday off, don't you?
Yeah.
Second. That's when it falls on the weekend, isn't it?
I don't know whether these guys have pointed it out, but I was vigilant about that fake person that came in under you again, because they used that picture they used on my channel that time, and you said that you never used that. So I was very eagle-eyed on that, so I blocked the person.
Yeah, I was right in the end that he wouldn't use that type of like
language.
I noticed a picture. I noticed a picture first.
Yeah. He wouldn't talk like that.
No, about I agree about the Jew comment, but he can be cheeky with other kinds of talk. Really, he can, but not that he does very much. But that's plausible. But the picture was different.
Yeah, I mean, Cool Tools mentioned that to me earlier. I mean, I don't know. It might be usual suspects. I don't know.
Who knows? Who cares? I mean, we realised it wasn't you and sorted it out, but it's a shame it has to happen again. I mean,
it is what it is. That cliche.
Well, yeah, quite, but I just hope it isn't a white fucking Christmas, because that'll make things a little bit interesting, wouldn't it, Eddie? Fucking go back with a broken leg or something.
Yeah, we don't want the kids being around throwing fucking snowballs at us.
But it's bad enough with the dog. I mean,
what is the sort of prediction for Christmas, the weekend, next weekend? Then is it going to be just cold, or is it going to be loads of snow, or what?
I'd say we just cold. I'd say we just cold.
I don't know. I mean, it's -5 and 6 in London at the moment.
Is it? It's -2 here.
Yeah, it's about -2 here as well.
Well, that's what it's saying on my computer. It's saying here -2 cloudy. So in London, it might not be cloudy, so it's -5. Is that right, Vix?
No, it's been a lot bloody colder. The actual snow settled a few days ago. That there's ice all over the pavement and roads. It's fucking death trap.
Yeah, I mean, I looked out the window and they haven't sort of gritted the road. And the cars are coming up very, very gingerly, very, very sort of, slow and all that carry on. And it won't be, but you'll see them sliding down because we live on a sort of incline as well.
It's dodgy, isn't it?
Mm.
That's the thing, though, around Brighton and Pevensey and all that. It is quite a hilly area.
Yeah, and the thing is that if they ever grit, they only grit the real main roads, and that's it.
That's if they even bother doing that. They're so unprepared.
Well, yeah, and they when they went through the village, right? The shopkeeper rang them and said, "Go, do it early in the morning or middle of the night, because then people, because when they come through the village, cars on either side, all that gritting machine, it sprays all the cars and chips all the paint on the cars." And once I went through, and you could see on loads of cars there was all chip marks where all the grit had been bouncing off all the cars.
Yeah, it's bad.
But even so, I mean, and salting the roads as well. it's literally you're lucky if the main roads get sorted, but any side roads, I mean, you've got no chance.
Exactly.
Oh, it's changed
Yes.
on my computer to snow off and on now. So we've got snow coming here as well.
This is what I'm
Yeah.
saying. It's long till Christmas, so it could be possible, but I actually put in chat Marshall's last live because he was having some tech issues. Because it happens to me all the bloody time. But I said it looks as if it's going to be a white Christmas over here, but I'm not talking about narcotics.
The devil's
London,
stand up.
well, yeah, London's full of coke, as you well know. Everyone's so miserable over here with our government. Everyone wants to get high.
Problem is, yeah, it's all right getting high, but it's coming down the other side, which is always the worst part, isn't it? And then you end up feeling worse than what you started.
I haven't done that for a long time, so I don't think I'm going to start doing that now.
Oh no! I mean, last time 1992. I mean, something it's like 30 years ago.
What is going on in this chat? Fuck's sake!
I don't know.
Yeah, you too.
So we're just having a little bit of a giggle.
Oh, I know. As if I'm fucking taking that seriously. Fuck's sake.
Anyway, yeah.
I know some people that will. Fucking idiots.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that, innit?
Yeah, I suppose.
So, why is it that you're going to be eating alone then? I mean...
Well, I mean, I could go over to my boys if I wanted to, and that, but it's the kids and all that. And you know what I'm like? I mean, to be honest with you, it's not really any different day than it is of anything else. You know what I mean? And I mean, they'd make a fuss of me and all that, but you know what I'm like? I mean, I'm sort of like my own company. I'm gonna do a live probably on Christmas Day.
Oh, of course you are.
I'm just working out what's the best time to do it.
I wouldn't know, darling.
No, I don't know. I mean, I was talking to Cool Tools about my daily thing, and he said he thinks that it'd be better for me to start at 7 p.m. rather than 6 p.m. So I'm considering doing that.
I don't know. I mean,
Well, it's really at your own discretion. I mean, some people might say 3 o'clock would be like beneficial, but I mean,
It's about the people coming home from work, though. They've got to get home, haven't they? And all that.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I wouldn't say like too many people be walking like around
No,
over
I
the
mean
Christmas.
in general, though. Like
No,
normally, it's normal one.
but why don't you split it in at half and do it at 6:30 then?
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
but he's on about he does a regular one every
No,
night.
that's what I'm
and then he
talking
does a
about. I'm
late
not talking about
one.
Christmas. That could be done any time, couldn't it?
Yeah,
That's what I
I'm
mean.
just
He
saying.
wanted
It's
to sort
yeah,
out his
Monday to
time.
Friday. My Monday to Friday one. At the moment, I do it at 6, maybe 6:30 or 7. I really don't mind. It don't matter to me. It goes on for about an hour and a half, maybe, and then I come back at 11 or something to do a late live. But
Well,
yeah, I mean, that's.
I rather keep it as it is, because if you're going to be doing 2 lives in a night, then it gives you a bit of a break.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, yeah, you're right, Dixon. I think that's what my thinking was. 6 till say 7:30, and then come back at 11. I've got like 3 hours, and then I come back. If I go at 7 till 8:30, then 9:30, 10:30, 2.5 hours coming back. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'll play around with it and just see what people think. I mean, there's lots of different schools of thought. I mean, people want, sometimes the drive home crowd at 5 o'clock. I don't know. Some radio.
But the actual thing is, you keep your streams up, so fuck them, and it's what you want. It's your time as well, and it's your life,
Yeah,
it's your
exactly.
health. So fuck everyone else. Do what you want.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying the novelty of StreamYard's worn off, but I'm now discovering the realities. At the beginning, it was like I was a kid with a new toy. And then when I got
Yeah.
unlimited hours, I just wanted to be live all the time and this, that, and the other. But now,
but
I'm-
you will burn yourself out.
yeah,
You will.
exactly. And yeah, I've been warned about it by Kill Tools. He's told me all
Well,
the stories of Guinness
oh.
and all people like that.
Oh no, well no, that was completely different, and we're not going to talk about that on a live, but or at all really, because it wouldn't be fair on Guinness because it's not here.
Oh no, no! I know. All I thought was that he'd done a lot of long lives and burnt himself out.
No, he did, but that's more to it than that. And that's all
Oh,
I'm gonna
okay.
say.
Well, okay, but just using it as an example of someone doing lots of long lives and getting very tired by doing it. That's that's where it ends. That's what I'm saying. So I understand that now, and now I realised actually my time is more precious, and I shouldn't just keep throwing it out there all the time.
Well, this is what I was saying to you before. Why don't you sort of like do like pre-records and do them as like premieres that you can actually type in chat and talk to your people, as and when they type, and then you could do your like live later on in the evening. Do that instead.
Ah, that's an idea, isn't it?
Well,
So I can pre-record it, premiere it. When people talk in the chat, I can talk in the chat with them as well.
Yeah, exactly. That's what premieres are about. Because you've already uploaded it, and do it as a premiere.
See, see, that's another thing I didn't know. That's just right. I'm writing these things down. The last one I got written down. The last one I got written down. It's got Vix told me, right? You click on this thing and the screen goes up to make sure that someone can't form bomb you. So I now know how to do that.
Yeah, exactly. See, a lot of people ask me my opinion on this because I've been around a lot of live streams and obviously done a lot of lives myself and experienced a lot of people that have burnt themselves out. So you've got to do what's good for you. And I think people who actually care about you and like what you're doing would appreciate that.
Yeah, and that's and the whole thing is a minefield, isn't it? You just have to. You can't. That's what I was saying to Call Tools. It's very difficult. You have to really try to separate, and the relationships you have with people online. If you regard them as being acquaintances, okay, like someone you might see at the pub and you have a chat with, okay.
It's nothing wrong with acquaintances. What's wrong with that?
No, exactly. But if it goes wrong at any stage, it won't be so personal as if you regard people as actual close friends. Does that make sense or not?
Oh no, of course it does. Some people on here are too fucking sensitive, if you ask me.
Yeah, and also sometimes you have to beware of people. Whose intentions may appear to be good, but really underneath they're not good.
Well, I've certainly experienced that. I'm not going to say anything more than that. You know what I'm talking about. Don't have to say any more. I don't want to bring his name into it. It's giving him airtime, isn't it?
Well, experiences people have where they think one thing and then all of a sudden it turns out to be something completely different, which just means that the defences go up, and it means that with recent events with me, I'm a bit more defensive now. I'm a bit more sceptical, whereas before I would sort of just maybe be a bit naive. But you learn quite quickly, though, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
It
still hurts at the time though, because you think these people are genuine because you've been like talking to them for like months and that they seem all right and you get closer to them. I don't mean like in a sexual way or anything like that. I just mean in general. And then they stab you in the back all of a sudden and crazy shit happens and you're like, what the hell? I haven't done anything here. And people will believe the lies more than the truth. And this fucking chat is going nuts. Some people are going to get a slap. How hard, Heady, do you think I should do this slap?
Oh, well, I'm just having a little bit of fun with Tonka.
Oh, I know that, but you're both going to get slapped, so which one's going to get it harder?
I ain't started this one. I'm just going along with it. Anyway, so
I got slap one, you got slap the other way.
Aha, okay.
sounds a bit ominous. So we're not steering the chat here, though. I'd like to mention that Art. A lot of steering the chat happens quite a lot, doesn't it?
A lot of what?
Steering the narrative in the chat.
Yeah.
That seems
Yeah,
to
I
be
mean,
a bit of a theme
yeah,
as well.
Yeah, I mean, people's intentions might come in to steer you away from talking on a different subject, and and stop you doing this, that, and the other. Yeah, I mean, all of those things you just have to deal with. And I didn't realise it was as much of a minefield as it actually is. All this stuff, but I mean, I'm learning. I'm learning now. When if the even on the panel or even in the comments, if all of a sudden it's going in a direction I don't want it to, you have to sort of say, well, no, hang on, can we stop there and let's go somewhere else and try and do it like that? You have to be. I think the 2 words to run a YouTube channel is fair but firm.
I just think the same
That
thing.
would be
Fair but firm. It's okay. I'm very fair, very laid back, but don't cross the line, because if you do, I'm not worried about having to take action to stop that.
That's why a couple of people have been surprised, haven't they? Because they think, they get away with it other places. I witnessed it myself tonight, a couple of places, and, the same old thing going on, and it's like, you'd think people would just have a bit of respect for themselves and who's around them, regardless of, the other bits and pieces. Do you know what I mean? And it's almost as if they get away with it where they can, and they don't really care who they offend.
Well, if something's going to have a negative effect, okay, and you don't want a negative effect, then what do? You remove yourself or the negative effect itself from the situation. That's all. I mean, it's not rocket science.
No, I mean, like we've been having a good laugh. We're just about between 7 and 10 of us, and we've been having a good laugh tonight. And a couple of people came on that don't normally came on. Doyle tried coming on a couple of times, and he's got
nice
horrendous.
Speaking to Purple. I haven't spoken to him for a little while.
Yeah, Purple came on, and he doesn't normally come on panels that much, unless he really knows.
But he says if he likes the people, he'll come on your panel. If he doesn't, and you stay on there for a while, otherwise it pop up for a little bit and then drop.
Yeah, that was funny with the trumpet. I want to get him to do a bit more of that, when
it's more of a kazoo than that.
Pardon?
No, he actually did get his trumpet out. And
He
it's
did,
not
he
a
did, yeah.
euphemism. It was an actual trumpet.
I was a genuine trumpet.
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually
I
played the
thought
real
I'd better
thing for a short
clarify that
while.
with Rock just in case, because he knows what I'm like sometimes. And
Well, yeah, and also because of all these code words you have to use for certain things. I'm now,
no, I don't use code words. Fuck it.
No. What's that one you use? What is it? Witchcraft? Then or no, not witchcraft. The thing for something that that you're not allowed to.
Rona.
You try needlepoint or
That's
needlecraft.
it. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, exactly. So I'm now thinking, what's trumpet? What's trumpet? Oh, it actually is a trumpet.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
we type musical instruments. Yeah. We're being rude. You never can tell when.
Yeah, we were starting up a band.
Eddie done some quality songs. I don't know whether he fancies doing one now. I don't know.
Oh, that'd be good. Yeah, I'll go on mute. Then come on, Eddie. Go and get the
Proper
guitar out.
quality songs he's done tonight. Different versions. They were good.
Yeah.
Do you fancy it, Eddie, or not?
Yeah, I'll do it.
It's a bit bloody late now. You've thrown him under the bus. You get.
I'll give him the choice. If he says, I'll do one in a bit, he does one in a bit. It's up to him, isn't it? Right then, we'll
Definitely
leave
much
into it.
prompting, to be fair.
Yeah.
Wake them fucking neighbours up. Wake them up. Open your windows.
Wake 'em up.
Crack 'em open.
Wake up, you
Stop
fucking
screaming.
pure cunt.
Do some heavy metal on your guitar. I'm sure they won't mind. Roy's smoking bloody skunk out of their window or balcony. Fucking wake them up, stoners.
Fuckers. Anyway.
I can't believe they actually complain about you playing your guitar.
It was Christmas Eve, babe, in the trunk tank. An old man said to me, won't see another one. And then he sang a song. A rare old mountain dew. I turned my face away and dreamed about you. Got on the lucky one. Came in at 18 to 1. I got a feeling this year's for me and you. So happy Christmas. I love you, baby. I can see how many times when all our dreams come true. They got cars big as bars, they got rivers of gold, but the wind goes right through you. There's no place for the old. When you first took my hand on a cold winter's eve, you promised me Broadway was waiting for me. You're handsome, you're pretty, queen of New York City. When the band finished playing, they held out for more. Sinatra was swinging, all the drunks they were singing. We kissed on the corner and danced through the night. And the boys at the NYPD choir are still singing Galway Bay. And the bells were ringing out for Christmas Day. You're a bum, you're a punk, an old slut and junk, living there almost dead, drip in that bed. You scumbag and maggot, you cheap lousy faggot. Happy Christmas, me arse. I pray God it's our last. And the boys at the NYPD choir are still singing Galway Bay. And the bells are ringing out Christmas Day. I could have been someone, oh, so could anyone. You took my dreams from me when I first found you. I kept them with me, babe. I put mine with you. Can't make it on alone. I build my dreams around you. And the boys in the NYPD choir are still singing Galway Bay. And the bells are ringing out for Christmas Day.
Lovely.
Thank you for that, Eddie. That was wonderful, wasn't it?
Brilliant.
How about that? Lovely. I ain't getting the pots and pans. I went, you know, I'm never going to live that down, am I?
I'm afraid not.
No, but I mean, it could be a lot worse. I mean, if we look at the things we did during that time, okay, if the worst thing I did was banging pots and pans, you know, I don't think it's too bad for, you know, rather than some of the terrible things that went on. And I think now they just want to try to cover it up as much as possible because there's more stuff coming out all the time, isn't there? New studies and all this game.
It's funny, someone else mentioned it on a podcast.
Yeah, I don't know whether
what's happened to the pandemic. It doesn't get talked about, does it?
I know they turned it off like a switch. No, but recently, Courtals in Germany, okay, there's been peer-reviewed papers done, and it's just been come out. You know, I don't know how much we can say about it, but it's come out now that, you know, there's some, you know, certainly questions to be asked and answers are needed.
Wow.
You know, I don't want to go into
but I
too
think
much,
our
but
country's kind of moved on a bit, hasn't it? You know, they've got what they wanted out of it, I think, and now it's like old news. I think Brexit is a thing. They need to get that sorted. They were showing pictures of old Liz Truss earlier on. They were showing pictures of her leaving Downing Street. So I don't know what that's all about. Does she have to officially sign over, like, before the election or something?
don't know.
I would imagine so.
And because Thingy's coming in temporarily, hasn't he? Yeah. But then there's going to be election, isn't there? But some reason, I don't know why, but she was showing her leaving Downing Street. I don't know whether it's old news today or whatever. I don't know.
Well, Rishi Sunak is the Prime Minister, and I believe that the Conservatives will be destroyed at the next election and will end up with beady-eyed Quisling, Keir Starmer, and then I believe Boris Johnson will come back as leader of the opposition for the Conservatives. It's just a game of pass the parcel, a bloody revolving door.
Did I hear your man Sunak has left as well?
No, he's Prime Minister now.
He's Prime Minister, isn't he? Temporary Prime Minister. So that's got a lot of things surrounding it, hasn't it? A lot of politics and maybe certain sorts of views. And, you know, I must admit, though, if I have to be honest, it was him that was in charge of furlough and all that, wasn't it? Wasn't it him that was in charge of that. I don't
Mhm.
think he did a bad job, if I'm honest. But he is out of touch because he's totally in a different realm than an average person, isn't he? So
Yeah,
whether he make a good prime minister in for a 3-4 year period or whatever, who knows? I think maybe
it's 2 years maximum.
2, is it?
Hmm
I thought it was longer.
No, the last election was December 2019,
It goes on that, doesn't it? Yeah.
and it's 5 years. So he's got till December 2024, and so I think he'll have to go for an election probably June 2024. But you've got to remember, it's just pass the parcel. And whilst people say he done a good job on the furlough, they had an end goal. They had an agenda, and they sacrificed trying to subsidise people because they wanted what they wanted out of it. It was the biggest biggest experiment, social experiment in human history. So of course,
Oh yeah, I can fully see that. I mean, look at how it was a worldwide thing as well. That's never happened, has it? When all the other countries have been involved, been affected, took part, you know, in a response to something. That's never happened, has it? Apart from a war.
or the
But you know,
banking crisis.
like the response, they all had to cooperate to a certain level, didn't they?
Yeah, the banking crisis is another one.
Mm. When you look at it like that, it really does open your eyes, doesn't it?
Hmm
You know, to what you know, if it is do you believe in the big reset, Vix and Eddie?
What's the big reset?
Well, they say that you know, every so often, 100 years, whatever, the
As
big
in what happened to the dinosaurs? Is that what you mean?
no, the big reset is like they say every certain amount of time, like the people who are in power try to reset things, so they keep controlling certain things how they want it, if you like. But
Well, I heard the expression moving the goalpost. You know.
yeah, well, it's been wrote about in books a lot, and it the big reset and stuff like that. But when all these things happen one after another, it does kind of get you. I didn't necessarily fully believe in it, yeah, but history's shown that it does kind of happen.
Well, I mean, I can tell you that we lost all confidence in our government, and there was a voting saying that like they're basically they have no power now. Like they've like once they involved the banks and this that and the other, like which actually destroyed our economy, and then they basically like that now they're talking about like energy and gas and
I mean,
Well,
and you know how
today,
they are.
Eddie Gannon, today you've got the pleasure of welcoming back as a T-shirt Leo Varadkar. Today,
Yeah,
he takes
best of
over
luck
today.
that happening. Yeah, he'd be thrown out as soon as he got in. Like we don't like him over here, Varadkar.
I know the people don't like him, do they?
No, we hate. He's
mostly because of his corruption and the way that he's been nasty to people.
Yeah. Oh, he's vicious. He's absolutely
Yeah, I don't
like.
really know much about him. I mean, we've got to get the World Cup final out of the way. That'll be.
When is that? When is that? Tomorrow or today, Cool George?
Is it today?
Don't know.
It's usually over Sunday, isn't it?
I
Don't
don't
know.
know, but I'd be glad to see the back of it.
Well,
Been
I can assure you, right, that either France or Argentina will win it.
Well, you want to put a bet on that?
I'm not a gambling man, but I would just
I
say
know, but
that it's either the writing on the wall for Messi or it's a French connection with PSG and Qatar, and so they stitch it up that way. So either way, I think it's going to be a stitch up.
do you know what the saddest bit for me was?
Go on.
I actually like the Koreans. The way they played, they were amazing. Just a
I've never
shame
saw it.
that like the way they. I think they showed some brilliant art. Considering how they're not a footballing nation as such, and it's like they're rising up as a nation, if you like, and they did really really well, I thought, for what they are, and it's just don't know, it's just been a strange one. I mean, it had to be a Tottenham player, didn't it, Vix, that messed it up for England.
Loris.
Where's Eddie Canning disappeared to?
I could
He's
hear an
back.
echo, and maybe he just reset himself. Are you all right, Eddie?
Yeah, Max. I was just checking out something. Well, yeah. Today you have the third and fourth place, and then tomorrow you have the final itself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it should be should be an interesting one, like France and Argentina.
Right. I mean, to be honest, I think I'd like to see France.
Yeah, I mean,
That-
for me being sentimental, and just as a cherry on the cake for his career, Argentina with Messi holding up the World Cup. But again,
For
if
God's
France
sake.
win it, I wouldn't mind. I like the French team. Okay, someone did say, that Mappy, he's an incredible player. They got some, brilliant footballers, France, and quietly they've just gone about their business. Okay, not making headlines and all that like the England squad and that. They've just gone about their business, France. They won the World Cup last time. They've quietly gone about their business and find themselves in the World Cup final this time. And maybe that's an example that that maybe England should take as well.
Do you know they lost loads of games, didn't they, on the run in to the final? They only won 1 out of 6. I mean, I don't know how they ended up in the finals. You win 1 out of 6.
Yeah, but they peaked at the right time, Cool Tools. It's all
No,
an
they
art.
did, yeah.
When you go to a tournament, okay, you normally, if it's a 4-week World Cup, the first couple of weeks you get into a flow. By the knockout stage, you're starting to hit your peak. And you go quarterfinals and then semi-finals should be your peak. And then the final, because it's just such a lottery, you can then try and raise it for that as well.
Yeah, they tend to have a bit of a knack like that, and I must admit, that they've got some really class players, haven't they? What's he called? Is it Eben? I forget what he's called. Mbebe or whatever he's called. He's really good, isn't he?
Wonderful players.
Yeah. No, that was the Euros, Vix, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the Euros, but Vix is correct. Yeah, Italy beat England in the Euro.
They did, yeah.
But the World Cup 4 years ago was won by France. Was it in Russia? Was it in Russia? I think it was. But yeah, it's I think this World Cup will go down as probably the most corrupt from the start to finish, don't you?
Oh, you know you're opening the right one there with me. I mean, do you know any of the statistics, Vix, already?
Oh,
About
honestly, we spoke about this the other night. Honestly,
oh
guys,
dear,
listen
don't
to
get me
this. Listen to
started.
Cool Tools. Go on in, Cool Tools. Give it to us.
Oh God, I don't know whether Vix will want to listen to some of this. So
Head to head. Go on, give it to us. Well,
I'll give you a bit of it. I don't want to get myself started. So they built the stadiums for the tournament, and they got workers over from places like India, Nepal, you know,
Philippines.
Philippines, all them sort of places. And there's been over 5,000 deaths in 10 years. 5,000 deaths whilst working on these sites.
That's far over 500 a year. That's over one a day. So every single day for 10 years, at least one migrant worker dies. I mean, think about that. Just think about that and get that into perspective. For 10 years, every single day, at least one migrant worker working on the World Cup died. And
really?
I'm telling you.
More than 5,000, wasn't it?
More. Yeah, because it's underplayed. And also, though, Cool Tools, what the most tragic thing is, because most people think, what, did they fall off the stadium because they're built high? No. Most deaths came from, go on, Cool Tools, tell them.
Heat stroke,
Dehydration.
poor health and safety, dehydration, basic things. And when you do the sums, you know, like about the cost of running a site and how many thousands of people working on it, etc., etc. It's pennies to have a nurse on there and to treat heat stroke, sunstroke, dehydration. It's
well,
absolutely
I can
nothing.
tell you, like
Bearing
Jordan
in
and
mind, let me
94
finish,
World
Eddie,
Cup.
please. Bearing
Sorry,
in
go on.
mind that some of these people that are from that country, all they care about is what colour their next Rolls Royce, Bentley, Aston Martin is going to be, what colour it's going to be, what sort of wheels, what sort of rags are they going to wear out, or what sort of bloody this and that. Basic, pointless, very, very silly minor things, but they can help treat people for dehydration, heat stroke, and basic health and safety. A lot of them fell from heights, and the resting setup and harness $35 for a basic one, and that saves someone if they fall. You know, all these minor things, but all they're worrying about is what colour their bonnet's going to be on their Rolls Royce. Yeah, and what type of wheels they got. Very, very, very horrible them and us situation.
And then don't forget what we went on to after that, though, Cool Tools, when we talked about David Beckham and £10 million.
Oh yeah, he gets 10 million for doing this World Cup, being an ambassador.
£10 million. Now that sounds like a lot of money to us, right? But between him and his wife, they're worth 400 million. So 10 million is 2.5% of their money. So in other words, let's just say that Cool Tools is worth 100 grand. It's like £2,500, okay, to Cool Tools, or to you, Eddie, or to Dick Vix or whatever. Okay, so £10 million, he sold his soul, okay, and he's promoting a World Cup in a place where over 5,000 people have been killed and have died. The regime is completely and utter dictatorship, you know, but they don't
It's
even bother
amazing
to
it was
like them.
allowed to go on, really, isn't it?
Sorry?
It's amazing it was, you know, the ethical aspect to it.
Well, yeah, but you just see it goes across the board. Now, what's happening now is he's Conor Ben. He's now Conor Ben's now saying he's innocent, but whether he's found guilty or innocent, he will fight Chris Eubank Jr. in the Middle East next year because there's just so much money involved. They're looking the other way on all the drug offences.
All the ethics, yeah. Go on then, Rare Cockney Governor. Nice to see you, mate.
Hello, Rare Cockney. How you doing? Just
Yeah,
having a
good.
chat here, you know.
Yeah, it's Nigel saying he's been out back, but I ain't seen him once.
I was there.
Oh, well, I've just put the link out again for him. I'll put it out with all the other links that I've got. But it's a bit... I didn't see him. Oh, well.
I can
but
say
he's there. I can't see him.
he
Anyway,
was there.
yeah, I can't see him, but keep an eye out for me, Eddie. If I've asked him
I
to come
can't
back.
see him. I can't see anyone.
I
He
didn't
was
see him once.
backstage. He was
But I
backstage there, Robin.
I was putting links up and all sorts and
It was
typing. So.
literally only 3 minutes ago.
It's all right, come in again, Nigel, if you can. And Cockney Governor, you've got to try and come on Mine or Arts at some point. Even if it's for 5 minutes, it doesn't matter. Be nice to, you know, have a little chat over Christmas or something. But no, Vix, you're quiet.
She was just having her breakfast.
Yeah, I'm just finished eating. I'll be there in a sec.
All right, okay, sweet. I didn't know.
What you got, Vic? Something nice?
It was nice, but trying to stop the dog from getting it. This is why I'm fighting with the dog at the minute. It's fucking
Oh.
annoying. But yeah, it was quite nice. Oh, bloody hell. I'll be back in a sec.
Evening.
Now then, Nigel,
No, what have I done now?
how you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
Not bad, mate. I hadn't really talked to you for a bit. I hadn't really talked to many.
Yeah.
But it's nice to have you on.
I've got the Rona again.
What
Morning,
you been up
Nige.
to?
Evening, Vix.
What you been up to, mate?
Nothing much.
Have you met Art before, Art Hostage?
I don't think so, no.
Nice to meet you. Is it Nigel? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
You sound like you just got up, my brother.
No, I've got another dose of Rona again.
You're kidding me.
Really,
Well,
yeah.
ain't
Catch
something
it
to be
from me
kidding
either,
about,
because
to
I
be
caught it
honest.
twice recently
What the
myself.
hell? Unbelievable.
Vic's giving me. She sent me an email. And I managed to get it off the email.
Oh, don't go there.
Well,
She
supposedly hack everyone's channels, send people viruses, and give them what viruses online. I mean, it's amazing, isn't it? I was responsible for the pandemic as well. You believe everyone? Fucking hell.
No, I'm not
Powerful woman.
going to go that far and blame you for the pandemic.
Oh, thank you. You're so kind.
I'll let you off on that one.
Oh, thank you.
Only this once, though. Only this once.
are you
Yeah,
subscribed to
yeah,
Art
yeah, yeah.
Hostage?
You haven't been yelling at your missus too much then. I was just probably enjoying the peace and quiet. Bless her.
Am I subscribed to what?
Art Hostage's channel.
I don't know. Might be. I don't know.
Okay, I'll bang it in there for you, mate, because it's a good channel, and you know, we do that to help each other out. Oh, Ginger. Wow, sweetie. Now this is a long time.
Morning tea, whoever tea is. I don't know who tea is.
Thompson.
That's Tonkin.
All right.
That is a long time. How are you doing, Ginger? That, you know, I haven't seen you for ages. Got a notification for ages. Jeff C. Accountability. Good man from Washington State. Well, there we go. There's a channel link in there
Hey, Jeff,
for
cool.
you. Are you going to put yours in, Eddie? Bits?
Hold
I
on
know
a sec.
there's only 10, but it went up to like 30 a bit ago, so you might get a few more subscribers, you know.
I'm on the phone here, so I can't.
All right, mate. I'll
Probably my
try and get
dog
sorted.
scribbled all over my bloody laptop. Fucking filthy git.
Being tough, Ginger. What? You know.
I am subscribed anyway.
Okay, mate. I just thought I'd do it. You know, but no, it's that is really one I didn't expect. I was wondering what had happened with you, Ginger. To be honest.
No, my name's Nigel, not Ginger.
No, it's Ginger. The girl is a girl in the
I know. I know.
But no, yeah,
lady.
you know, and yourself. I mean, we had a quiet period, haven't we, really? That happens, doesn't it? You have these little quiet periods. And, you know, are you all sorted out for Christmas?
Who's that director? That night? I think it's just
Nigel.
called you Nigel.
Yep. All wrapped up, ready to go.
When did you actually come down with it? Because you have to stay in for at least what 10
Yesterday.
days, isn't it?
I've got it, and my son's got it.
Oh no.
So that's why I'm up.
That's all
You
you've
don't,
got
well,
down
because you
there.
don't know what strain it is either, do you? Because I've had it 4 times this year, and
Well, this one's the bad one. It's the baddest one. This one.
yeah, it's the one I had recently. It was a real bad one. One I had New Year's Eve. It's the same strain. I could tell. It will fuck your taste buds royally.
Oh,
I literally can't taste anything.
Well, I know afterwards you won't be
yes,
able to eat
afterwards it's
normal
even
foods.
worse.
Messes around with your diet. You feel like shit, and your mood really changes. You get really like
Oh yeah, I know.
and not normally.
My mood swings.
Well, it's like having PMT constantly. It's horrible. It's not like flu or anything else. I mean, people say, "Oh, it's just like flu." It's not. It feels completely different. That particular strain. I'd love to know what strain it is, because the other one I had, I mean, yeah, it wasn't very nice, but it wasn't as bad as I was last time. I mean, everyone was saying I was a right moody bitch, but
Just give me 10 minutes. I'll jump back on. I just need to sort my son out.
I say, no, to get some glycerin pastels from Boots, yeah, it will help you.
And vitamin D.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just take I'll take my 9 vitamin tablets every morning. Vitamin D, vitamin C, zinc, okay, and for the tablets every day. You know, and in the winter I sometimes double up on the amounts that I take, and that's what I do. Seems to be touch wood. You know, you know, I'll get sniffles and things like that. You know, but hopefully that keeps my immune system up.
Yeah, it's vitamin D's a really good one for this.
Yeah, they're expensive. They're about £11 a pack, and you get about, I don't know how many there is in there, but I take 2 a day of the 3,000 ICU things.
Well,
That's 6.
a lot of pharmacies do like 3 for 2s on vitamins, don't they? Quite a lot of time of the year. But you can get all those vitamins on a prescription. Doctors will do it for you.
Will they?
Oh yes, they do.
Oh,
But you've got to get the right doctor to do it, because some won't, some will.
oh, well, that's worth wondering, because yeah, mind you, having said that, how much isn't it? A prescription's about, how much is it? £8.
It's £9. Was it £9.15 when I looked it up last time? Wasn't it, for a script now? But if you don't have to pay for your prescriptions,
Right.
it will
Oh,
save you
okay.
a fortune.
Yeah, I mean, I'll buy a pack of them vitamin D. They're Biobartic ones, 3,000 ICU. They're about £11, and they last me probably a month or something like that, 6 weeks maybe. That's taking 2 a
If
day.
it keeps you healthy, though, it actually saves the doctor's money in the long run because.
Of course it does. I mean, honestly, during them last few years, Vix, if they'd have issued vitamin D to everyone and all kinds of stuff, right? I mean, people's immune system would have been a lot stronger. I'm not saying, but it would have made some difference.
Well, quite a few of us on there had mixed opinions about like immunisations and things like that. And
well, yeah. I mean, if
things
you're going to get a shot, if you're going to get a shot or something, right? Well, pure vitamin D, right, would probably do you more good than perhaps some of the alternatives, shall we say?
Yeah, probably.
Or a bit of lemon water goes down a tree.
Just gonna let the dog out for a minute. I'm back in a minute, guys.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of good evidence for the vitamin D. Like lowering the symptoms, things like that.
Exactly, yeah. So what's it like right now? It's 8 o'clock. I haven't had a look out the window yet, but what's it like where you guys are? Is it frosty? Is there a frost? There wasn't one here. It was a bit cloudy.
It's not too bad here. It's 4 degrees here at the moment.
4 degrees. That's in Dublin, yeah? You're in Dublin, aren't you?
Yeah.
Are you on the outskirts of Dublin or are you on the city centre?
But I'll be city centre.
Ah, right, okay. Right. So, but can you see the mountains from where you are?
I can I can only see a building. That's where.
And what about you, Cool Tools? What's it like up there? Crispy, frosty morning?
Yeah. Just a sec, mate. Yeah, it's pretty frosty. It's not as bad as it was the other morning. But yeah, it's pretty pretty bad. It's not snowed. It snowed the other day, and across the roofs, it was all, absolutely horrendous.
Cool Tools, listen, your voice is getting a bit croaky. You need to have a
No,
a bottle.
in that, it's because I'm doing something.
Oh, right. Now, you need to have a bottle that I have, the squeezy one of honey. Just squeeze a bit in your mouth and it coats your throat. It's just right. It is. It does me every time.
That's it. I'm just trying to do something. That's it. I just overextended myself a bit. Oh, Jesus. That's all, mate. But yeah, it is starting to get slightly a bit croaky, isn't it? Fucking hell. That is swearing. There, yeah. Oh my goodness.
Mind your quavers, Marshall.
Hey?
Mind your quavers.
Yeah.
You don't want to crush them.
No, they're okay. Jesus Christ, my head. But yeah, it's crazy to have ginger here. Why don't we, Rare Cockney Governor, -3, -5 in London. I ain't got a temperature, actually. It's not as bad as it was, though. I can tell straight away. And what's it like in Canada? Ginger? Because Ginger's from Canada.
Oh, is she? Whereabouts in Canada? What, Vancouver Island or Toronto or this side or right over the other side?
If I remember correctly, I think it's Toronto, isn't it? She'll correct us.
Yeah, I looked out the door just a minute ago and it's a bit drizzly. There's been a bit of like a rain, so it's not cold enough for snow. But it's just sort of drizzly, but it'll freeze, I think, because there's frost on the ground still.
It's It's -4 over there at the moment. -1, sorry.
-1. Okay. Well, I mean, that's 8 o'clock in the morning, so I mean that is quite cold, isn't it?
I finished my food and the dog stopped dribbling and he's back in from the garden, so we're good to go. Fuck's sake. But he loves when I order stuff because he gets to cook breakfast.
Does he now? Does he like the sausages?
He does, but normally when I go into like McDonald's and that, they do a special. You know their flatbreads they do in there. I don't know whether you know, but they normally have bacon and cheese in it. But instead of the bacon, they put sausage in it for him because they actually like him in there because he's a working dog and that, and they actually spoil him rotten. And before the pandemic, when they used to do the breakfast bagels. They used to do him a special bagel. No, I didn't ever have to pay for the food for him.
Yeah,
They let him have it for free, the manager, because he actually saved a few of his customers from, diabetic stuff because he smelt it in there and warned them.
Yeah, you see that all too often we hear bad experiences of things, but actually. There are nice people out there. There are people doing good things, nice things, trying to help people in genuine ways. Unfortunately, we don't hear those stories so much, do we?
No, sadly.
It's true though, isn't it? I mean, what a lovely story there, you see. Vixen says she goes in McDonald's, right? They get to know her. They know who she is. They sort the food out for the dog. Nice, polite. Thank you. Oh, where are you going and all that. They're nice things that happen and we tend to discard them things because we focus on all the negative things.
Yeah, but at the same time, they're not doing her order as it should be when she's got allergies. That's, I suppose it is a negative thing, but it's the truth.
Well, no, but when I literally go in there, they actually make sure that it hasn't got any stuff that I can't have, but
I'm not happy about that particular aspect because of.
Well, no, because I showed Tonkin. I think you guys when we were on Discord chatting, and they delivered my food. So I'm highly allergic to tomatoes, as you know what. But
yeah,
they literally put 4 things of ketchup, so the actual tubs that you put the nuggets in.
Yeah.
In the box of food. And one of them split and it went all up my finger and it's literally burnt all the skin off my finger.
Oh.
And that was weeks ago and it's still really bad. So I'm not too pleased about that really, but I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, but then the problem with that is actually goes back to the description of what those businesses are when they say fast food, and the problem is that literally fast food means in, out, and then people with any legitimate variations of that tend to fall through the cracks, and again it gets back to, you see, health and safety and regulations and things like that they do have a place, and it's not, sometimes the lack of regulations can allow for things like that happen to you, but that's where in America, right, if that happened to you in America, you could sue them and you might get, $100,000. So it makes them more aware of that. So that might not happen so much. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, over here, what happens, if, let's just say, someone, as something goes wrong and they sue McDonald's, okay, what would they get if they went to court and won the case? 3,000, 5,000, 4,500, but in America, no, it's $1 million or something like. So all of a sudden, McDonald's think, hang on a minute, we live in a litigious culture. We got to make sure that accidents are few and far between, so they're more conscious. Where over here, okay, the penalties for being lax with regulations and health and safety, okay, they know they're going to get a slap on the wrist. So that's where certain, regulation should be enforce more, if that makes sense.
Of course. So it wasn't just that on that particular day, because I don't know whether you guys know, because I used to work in Mackenzie's a long time ago, but if they actually cook like their pies and stuff, they literally have to wait an hour and a half before they're allowed to sell any of those pies to the public, because they come out really piping hot. But they didn't. They actually literally gave me them straight out of where they cooked them. So when I actually picked them up, I burnt my hands on those as well as the ketchup.
Yeah.
And I was like really shouting my head off because I was getting burnt left, right, and then
And
they fucked up the order even
they
more.
always seem to do that, don't they? Like it's like it does be white hot coming out like of the pan, you know. It's crazy.
And what about them apple pies they used to do? I mean, loads of people really
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah,
the
that's
apple
what
pies.
you're talking about, yeah.
Oh, is that what you're saying? Oh, what, you burnt yourself on one of the apple pies and the ketchup
Oh, no.
burnt your finger?
Yeah,
Not the same
all
time.
three of them were so effing hot, and I didn't get to eat my pies. I think it was until about 3:30, 4 in the morning, which was several hours later, and they were still piping hot. It's like, what the hell? So it wasn't
It's
good.
a bit like them things you put in the toaster, isn't it? Is it Pop Tarts and all that? The jam in them, it gets boiling hot, doesn't it?
Yeah, it'll be white hot when it goes into your mouth.
Yeah, no. Well, what I would do with them is I'll put them on a plate and then I would cut them up, with a knife and see all the steam come up, and then when it wouldn't go near it until it is cooled right down.
Yeah, or just put it in the fridge.
Yeah.
It'll cool down quick enough then. Give it a few minutes.
Crazy, isn't it?
Well, it is. I don't know. I just had a bit
Oh,
of a moment.
Marshall, it's warmer in air because the neighbouring estate is on fire. My God!
Oh, caught me asking me a question. I'm not a weatherman. I understand a bit about politics and people not happy with each other.
Neighbouring estate is on foot. That's a bit.
Well, actually,
mean,
talking about it, Eddie, what do you think about all this stuff about Raf Keel lately flaring up?
Who?
Not looking good, is it?
What is it?
There's potentially a lot of trouble already happened, bits and pieces, but Raf Keel's going to flare up because of property arguments in it. Is that right?
Sorry, mate.
Raf Keel is.
Rathkill, yeah. And what's happened is every year all the Rathkill Rovers congregate in Rathkill for a month and cause mayhem and get drunk and boast about all their earnings all over the world. Except this year, a gang has come in from Limerick, okay, and is causing problems. And now all the other Rathkill Rovers have come home. There's going to be flashpoints, and there was armed police patrolling the streets of Rathkill a couple of weeks ago. So over the Christmas, let's hope that it don't get out of hand, because because they've been intimidating people while the Rathkill Rovers have been away all around the world working. This gang, I don't know which gang it is from Limerick that's been doing this in Rathkill.
Yeah, trying to.
Well, I mean, we call that the Monday Night Club over here.
Why is that?
That's because they tend to go out like around Monday, and they do be a bit rambunctious. Like that. I mean, it's not just Rathkill. Like it'd be like various other places as well. Like it's just so happens like that Limerick is at the forefront of it, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, it's always gets
I mean,
round.
I'm sure you have the same crew over there. Like, I mean, like,
You do have
like,
gang. You
like
do have travellers
they
falling
get a
out.
bit rambunctious from time to time when they go into the like a certain bar from you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I
I'm
I
sure.
mean,
I'm
think
think,
they were on about people trying to intimidate others to get their properties off them by
yes, that's right. And what's happened is all the
at
Rathkill
a
Rovers
certain
were all,
price, and
yeah,
that
they
then
were dotted
gets
round the
really
world.
territorial.
And they were dotted round the world, and their families have been intimidated. So now they're all back. You know, this situation could
oh,
either be,
I went to that extreme, did it?
yeah. Oh, yeah, that's
Okay.
why. That's why. See, while they were all off working round the world, Eddie,
Yeah, that's
right, their
not cool.
families and all that were being intimidated by this gang from Limerick, and they weren't there to sort it out. And right now they've come home. Okay, it's either going to be sorted out peacefully or it could be a flashpoint. And it got so bad, the Gardaí were stationing armed police officers, okay, on the streets of Rathkill. This is only a couple of weeks ago, isn't it, Cool Tools?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. You know, and I think when, say, if you've got a family house that you come back to every year or whatever, and then there's people trying to intimidate the people that might have been left behind to try and purchase it off them, that can create some serious issues, you know, and it already has, hasn't it? But yeah, it's almost as if certain group have had a plan to try and maybe get more of a share of the properties, and you know they've come into a lot of money, or you know they've earned a lot of money, and yeah.
And I think Darren, is that Darren? No smoke without fire. He's just left an
It's Darren. Good
yeah,
morning.
that comment he's put. Highlight that one, Cool Tools.
Yeah. I hope you're doing all right. I hope things leveled out and we've moved on. So you can come on the panel if you wish to have a chat. It's up to you.
It's the usual suspects from Limerick, Eddie, bullying people to buy the house. Yeah. But what happened though, Darren? They were all away, weren't they, working? Now they've all come back. You know, it's going to be settled one way or the other, isn't it?
I mean, if people really understood how far a lot of these people go, I mean, it's astonishing. You know, like the amount of miles they travel to get the living. That if you explained it to people, it's almost as if, for argument's sake, they'll go and graft Europe, or they'll go and graft Europe and Russia, or they'll go and graft Australia or New Zealand. You know, go from Australia through New Zealand, and you know, move things around on ships, and it's phenomenal. I mean, people wouldn't actually imagine that, you know, right from Alaska to the bottom of America, if, you know, Mexico and everything, if somebody can, if they can get in, they'll go in and they will earn the money from those countries. Because a lot of people worldwide haven't heard the spiels that we've heard in this country in Ireland, yeah? You know, we'll do your drive for this, that, and the other, or we'll do this, or we'll do that. You know what I mean? And that ain't being prejudiced, because I've got relatives that.
I wouldn't mind. Some people do have a long driveway.
Yeah, but do you know, like, you know, there's all the different. You know, not everybody's dishonest either. You know, a lot of them are, you know, just trying to go places that they can, you know. But I must admit, if somebody can get an angle, often they do. But I fell foul to some things once. Some guys come back to Ireland, and they'd been in Germany, and they came back and they had some proper tackle. You know, me being a tall guy, I got talking to someone online, gets invited, comes over to Dublin, you know, gets invited to a meeting.
That's true what Erden says, actually.
As a good meeting, Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I went down to Kerry as another meeting, and then I got offered a deal, which I just thought, wow, this is like unbelievable. But it wasn't that like too good to be true. What it was is they give you, you do a deal for a certain amount and you get the same amount on consignment. And you know, like the type of people you're dealing with, you think, well, they could really want to give anything on consignment. But anyway, that's what happened, and I checked all the numbers, everything. And what it was is there was a couple of lines from DeWalt, and it was the big hammer drills. And there's quite a few lines that DeWalt had discontinued, and they bought it all in Germany basically. Come back over here, and these things range from sort of anything from about 450 to maybe £2,000. You know, occasional ones are about £2,000, but really it's about 450 to about 1,000. And they had lorry loads of it, and then they had a few smaller bits and pieces, whatnot. So I did the deal with a certain amount of it, and it's all good. But there was a fault in them. Now the fault didn't always happen, but when the fault happened, you couldn't take it back to like to get repaired from, you know, under the guarantee. Because what it was is the stuff was all okay, but this fault would mean it didn't get a longevity of between 3 to 5 years. And with extended guarantees nowadays, you really expect a guarantee to be around 3 years. So DeWalt thought that the majority of this stuff they built, that they discontinued and wouldn't guarantee anymore, wouldn't make the 3 years. Some did, some didn't. Well, anyway, I sold everything. I sold 100 of them. So it's quite a lot of money's worth, really. I sold 100, and then I sold loads of the smaller stuff. And, you know, paid the money, all the rest of it, all fine. Guy come to meet me for the rest of me, came all the way over from Ireland. I give him a right stack, well, a bag. Anyway, then people started coming back to me. And because I sold it via my website, yeah, DeWalt is, mate, but not when it's been discontinued and that a fault happens within the guarantee time, and then people go to take it back, and DeWalt say, no, we've discontinued that, we don't guarantee it. So that was the issue, and it was only probably about 7 or 8, but it still caused a lot of issue. But they'd managed to buy all this stuff up in Germany, which is, normally that stuff would go into landfill or something like that, but they managed to get it out of the landfill or something like that, or buy it off somebody who's meant to be burying it or burning it or whatever, I don't know, taking it apart, I've no idea, but they got it all. Like 3-4 lorry loads of it. So they got hit with a €2 million bill from CAB for selling stolen diggers. I don't know, mate. But yeah, they because they go everywhere, all over Europe, there's lots of opportunities, isn't there? You know, they'll come across in each country, or they go around
Also,
sniffing out a deal.
Australia, South America, everywhere. New Zealand.
That's the
thing. They've
thing,
been literally all over the world.
Yeah, they're into everything, aren't they, Darren? I mean, from my perspective, it was, not daft. I dealt with many people, I dealt with many travellers, I dealt, all the rest of it, but it's like that little detail. Check everything, me. But that little detail, I knew I couldn't guarantee myself, But you imagine it would do the 3 years, do you know what I mean? Or the 2 years. And then it's anyone's, like the majority of them did work for over 3 years, and it's up to them, innit? They know that. But yeah, it was just them 8. And they actually were all the biggest model. They're about £1,800 each to buy. I was knocking them out at like 12, 1400. I was getting them for like 5. You know, they sold fucking loads of them. But what it is when you're having the good time and you're making the money, and you're selling them out of Black Friday and doing 11 grand in 2 days over Black Friday week or something like that, you know, turnover, you think, yeah, it's great. But when it comes back to you, when they got a problem they broke within the guarantee time, and it comes back to me because I'm the agent, that's when you're not having the best time and you've got to do refunds, yeah? Or you've put your account on and you realise that your PayPal's been disintegrated because they've took the money back and refunded it to someone. That's what was happening. Mainly, that guts you. You know, but yeah, that guts you. When you turn on your PayPal, you think you've got a bit in there, a few grand or whatever, and it's been disintegrated because somebody's been given a refund without asking you. That's the problem with eBay, you see, and PayPal. But no, and I do believe that they were prolific in every area. Like down south, I do believe they were prolific in, because they had a lot of second-hand tools, different makes, you know, like. And I was under the impression they were pretty hooky and nicked, but you don't know, because my dad went to an auction and bought a whole, you know, like a whole bloody pallet loads of bloody stuff, you know, second-hand, and it come from companies that have gone out of business. So you can't always say it's nicked, but it seemed nicked to me, so I didn't touch any of that. Because people like that, they're under the spotlight, aren't they, Art? You know, they're under the spotlight, and the way you can be detected nowadays, it's not when, it's not if, it's when, and when they want to get you. Did you hear about that thing on the guy the Albanians that were sending all the pictures of their grow on the phones? I think it might have been Encro and Instagram and stuff like that. They were sending all pictures, and they had the Wi-Fi linked up at their grow. They got Sky or something like that. They got Sky and Wi-Fi at where they had their grow going on in a big factory, and they were doing all their Wi-Fi and all that and sending pictures and doing like films and stuff, and they got detected like that, something like that. I saw the story and then looked again and did a search, and there was all these other bits to do with it that the first person didn't cover really. Yeah, they got a Sky package. Quite funny, really. Yeah, that's quite a common one, isn't it, Darren? You know, that's been going since the bloody start of time, really, hasn't it? It start a business in a sense, where they set up a company and they run up all the accounts and take everything. They usually buy a company that's been going a while, don't they? With a half decent rating, and then keep it going 6 months and do that, yeah. Bit like they did it on Goodfellas, didn't they? Where they did it with restaurants and got everything in. It's a massive thing. In this country, they're a little bit. It does happen, but they're a little bit more aware than they used to be. But it still happens.
I mean, the 70s was a different time, though.
Yeah, because nothing was as computerized as it is now. It still
Yeah.
happens in this country, but it's not as. It's a bit more sort of monitored than it used to be. But I think it helps keep keep things going, the wheel going round, because they change all the laws if they change all the laws if it was that bad. I mean, I know people that have had, in the past who were in home improvements, they had 6 slightly different company names, all done at the same sort of year, and they kept them for a rainy day when things went a bit bad, and they just swap to the next one, to the next one, to the next one. And they had a business premises where they could get a unit in a different, just 5 units up. I mean, our country probably helped perfect that as much as anything. Anyway, I've kind of had enough, guys. I don't know about yous.
It looks to be raining now, and I'm about to be.
Do you
I was
fancy doing
gonna
a
go- I
song
was gonna go
to
myself,
kick out
actually.
with Eddie?
What's
Unless,
that?
you want to keep going on that? I don't know whether you do.
Oh no, I'll be going now in a second.
Yeah, I'm a bit tired. I need to eat something else. I'm starving. I don't know what's wrong with me.
I'm Lee Mervyn. I'm Lee Mervyn myself, so.
But
Hey,
Eddie, sorry, Art, are
what?
you going to continue or are you going to get some sleep? What are you doing?
Oh, I don't know. Sorry, what's happened? I just made a cup of tea. What you ending the live?
Yeah, I'm getting a bit sort of tired, but
Okay, well that's fine.
I've got
I
a
mean,
couple of things to do,
okay,
which I can't really sort of continue on the live doing. But
okay.
Eddie's going to do a song, aren't you, Eddie, to kick us out?
Oh no, I'll be going.
All right, Eddie. See you later then.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, Eddie.
All right, I'll see you.
And I'll see you a bit later on, mate. So, are you going to do a song to kick us out, or are you just going?
I'm just gonna go.
All right, mate. That's your prerogative, brother. Thank you for all your songs that you've done, and everyone else for coming in. Darren, Rare Cockney, Barry, No Smoke Without Fire was Darren, wasn't it? Who else is? Well, we've got Vix, who's popped off. Tonkin, Ginger, nice to see you. Daniel Bailey, and everyone else. Eddie and our hostage. And we'll see you all later. Have you got anything to say?
No, thank everyone. Yeah, it's been a nice live as ever, and we'll see you again soon. No doubt you'll find us popping up somewhere else. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you again, Cool Tools, as ever, a gracious host. And see you later. See you later, Eddie.
Yeah.
Right. Good night.
And,
Good night.
Michael. And chat.